Have you ever wondered what normal really means? I once saw a social media post where a girl asks her mom, "What is normal?" And her mom replies, "It's just a setting on the dryer." Today, we're going to dive into what normal really means, and then I'll show you what normal eating looks like, which is probably not what you expect. And stay until the end because this could change the way you think about food, your body, and what normal should be. So according to the dictionary, normal means conforming to a standard, means usual, typical, or expected. And many of us wonder if our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, ideas, and wishes are normal. Or if you struggle with binge eating or emotional eating, you wish you could just eat like a normal person. But honestly, there really isn't a standard for normal. For example, I know someone who was raised in an Orthodox religious community. She began questioning parts of the Bible, something that was not acceptable in her church. In that community, she was definitely not normal. So she found a more flexible religious community in which questioning and debating the Bible was encouraged. And that religious community fit her like a glove. Her intellectual curiosity, the very thing that was devalued in the previous church, was considered an asset in this one. So if you feel like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole, there's nothing wrong with you. The problem is you're trying to make something fit when it doesn't. Instead, find a square hole. And you're probably familiar with Hans Christian Andersen's tale of the ugly duckling. Here it is. A mother duck hatches a bunch of eggs, but the last one, the biggest, is slow to hatch, and he is large and ugly, and not like the other ducks. His duckling brothers and sisters mock him. They wish the farmhouse cat would get him. His mother wishes he'd never been born and finally runs away. During the cold, harsh, lonely winter that follows, he encounters all kinds of day when he can't bear another day of misery. He comes across a flock of swans, and he thinks that being killed by swans is better than the horrors he has survived and are ahead of him. And he bends his head to the water and waits for the swans to kill him. But when he glimpses his reflection, he is no longer an ugly duckling. He has become what he actually has been all along, a graceful swan. And what do you know? The other swans accept him and welcome him into their group. And that story reminds us that what's considered normal is completely subjective. What's normal for some people isn't for others. And as far as normal eating goes, that's a flexible concept too. So here are some ways to think about a healthy relationship with food. First, eating in response to physical hunger and fullness cues. That means eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're comfortably full, rather than following strict external rules, like a diet. And two, choosing foods for both nourishment and enjoyment. Normal eating includes a balance of nutritious foods and foods eaten purely for pleasure. It's not about only eating for fuel. Food is one of the pleasures of life, and you should enjoy it. That's why my one food rule is, it has to be yummy. 3, flexibility. That means there's no rigid schedule or forbidden foods. It means adapting your food choices in different situations and not getting overly anxious if you eat something you didn't plan. 4, trusting your body. Normal eating involves trusting your body to guide you in terms of what and how much to eat, rather than constantly second-guessing yourself. 5, eating mindful. Eating mindfully means paying attention to your food and the eating experience rather than eating mindlessly or using food to cope with emotions. 6, no guilt or moral judgment. Normal eating doesn't involve feeling guilty about food choices or attaching moral values to certain foods. You're not good if you ate salad or bad if you ate pizza. There are no food crimes. 7, balance. Food is important for health and enjoyment, but it should not dominate your thoughts. And 8, feeling comfortable. Normal eating includes being able to eat comfortably in social situations without feeling stressed or worrying about what other people think. As you can see, normal eating isn't about following strict rules, and it is definitely not dieting or eliminating carbs or sugar. Normal eating means developing a flexible, enjoyable, and stress-free relationship with food that works for you. There's no perfect eating with food. Instead, look for a balanced approach that nourishes your body and your soul. And just like the ugly duckling, you may find that what feels normal and right for you might look different from others. That's okay. I would love to hear from you. Share one aspect of normal eating that you'd like to work on this week. Maybe it's letting go of food guilt or even identifying what's eating at you. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content on reclaiming your health and your happiness.